Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's 25 to 6 here on Tuesday, the 7th of June. I'm conscious I haven't done one of these for quite a while. I've been, unfortunately, doing a show, an investment show here in London, and that took up quite a bit of time. So there hasn't been that much happen, folks. The S&P is holding its own, and this afternoon the short-term trend in VectorVest is up. The underlying trend is still down, and the MTI has got a little bit of work to do before it gets to 1. If it gets above 1, then the underlying trend will turn up, and we've still got a confirmed down in place. So VectorVest advocates caution when buying stocks at this time. So we've got a green light in the price column for the color guard saying the price is up day over day and week over week. That's quite a good sign. Plus, if we do look at the VectorVest composite, the VectorVest composite medium-term market timing signal, the DEW, has given a buy signal 3 or 4 days ago. So the short-term trend is up. The short-term trend is up day over day and week over week, and we've got a DEW signal. So the first 3 signals that fire pretty much in order at every turn has moved up. I haven't taken any new positions in the American market apart from a spread bet on the S&P 500. This low was defined by that equidistant channel and was also defined by a 38% retracement of the last range. So an awful lot of people putting their hands in their pocket at the same time. I've got the S&P 500 here, and I have a position in this. In fact, and I added to that position this afternoon. We shall see what happens. So I've been in and out of it for quite a few times, but I'm holding a small long position from about here, and I've held that small long position through this sideways period, and I've added to it a couple of times and taken it off intraday, and this afternoon I bought into it just about here. If you blow this consolidation up into a 4-hour chart or 1-hour chart, there is a textbook example of what Mr. Richard Wyckoff would call the spring. It was quite tricky because it actually didn't get down and take out those lows. It actually stopped 5 or 10 ticks above those lows. So it's been it's up, and I think that we're in a range here, folks. And although famous last words, that range could in fact hang around until about Friday, because on Friday we've got American CPI, and I think that's a really important number this week that the market will be watching very carefully indeed to see, is inflation still rising, or has inflation in fact turned the corner in the American market. Clearly, if we saw that inflation had ticked down, that would in fact, I think, be quite good for markets, because it would mean, I think the market would take it as a sign that the Fed doesn't have to be quite as hawkish, and that would be very good for markets. So I'm long here on that second position from 4100. Not the greatest fill in the world. I was waiting for it to take that low out, and that didn't happen. So let's see what happens here. If we can break up here, and I think we will break up, then the fib target would be, let's see what the fib target would be. We take Fibonacci retracement from that high to that low, and the first target would take us up to 4250. That would be very nice indeed. That would be 125 points out of that. I think if I got to 4250, folks, I would take both those positions off. However, that second position, I could be tempted to take that off later today. That's an intraday position, and that's what Mr. Gann used to teach, having a base position and then trading in and out of that base position as the market moves your way. So that's what I've been up to. I'm still holding in the American market a position in the XOM, ExxonMobil, which finally is moving, and I've got a position in the GDX in the gold market, which is causing me a little bit of consternation. It was well up, and we give quite a bit of that back, and I think I've got the gold market running in the background here. That's the gold market, and I have a position in the gold market from 1825, and I added to that position here. This is another one of Mr. Wyckoff's springs, and I'm still holding that position this afternoon. Don't particularly like it. This is a 4-hour chart. It hasn't moved up in a strong fashion. This looks more like a corrective pattern before another fall. So need to be very careful in that spread bet. There's some nice money in that spread bet, and on the GDX, which has also got a fairly sick looking advance, more of a corrective advance than an impulsive advance. So in the UK, well, in the UK, we, in fact, that's VectorVest UK. The situation pretty much the same after Monday's close, in that we've got the short-term trend is up, the underlying trend is down, but the underlying trend just needs to, the MTI just needs to move a little bit, and the underlying trend would turn to up. We still got a confirmed down place. And again, VectorVest advocates caution when buying stocks at this time. Again, the green light, and sort of garnishing the green light is this little black star, which means that the price of the VectorVest compass is up day over day and week over week, plus momentum is rising, and that's a darn good sign. Now, if we in fact go into the VectorVest market timing chart, I think I've got it open. There we are. And we go to the DEW layout. That's it. We go to over the last 6 months, get rid of the envelopes and change that to a color that we can see. I'll make it red, and put on the DEW signals. There's the DEW signal, and that fired after the close last night. Again, we've got this situation where it is hugging those highs, but based on the DEW moving to up, I've added to some positions. Going into the day today, I was 70% in cash, 30% in shares, and if we go to VectorVest UK and I go to viewers, I bought Marlow. That's a new position. I've never had a position in this before. Exceptionally good VectorVest numbers. See, VST of 1.36, and in the sell-off, when there was that sort of problem with China a month ago, I took off half of Italia Mining, and I went back to full size in Italia Mining this morning, and I bought some more, added to the position in Airtel Africa. So that was what I did this morning based on that DEW signal. Is that DEW signal going to follow through into the underlying trend turning up? And is it going to follow through to a confirmed up? I have absolutely no idea, and neither does anybody else. All I can do is to take the signals as they come, and if I don't do that, I'm not following my trading plan. And if I don't follow my trading plan, I'm trading off the seat of my pants, and I have proven on many occasions that that doesn't work. Bloomsbury's a hold. I'd be happy to add to Bloomsbury as well. Cape is right on support. Morgan Sindall, I in fact lightened Morgan Sindall in the sell-off, and when it moves back to a buy recommendation, I'm going to add to that again to full size. And CCC, I'm going to add to that now. CCC I've held since March 2020. It's been a really good stock for me, and I'm going to add to that again as soon as it goes to a buy recommendation, and assuming that this trend on the upside keeps going. I'm very happy with all of these, and clearly Pan-African Resources I've been nursing for a long time. The gold market hasn't played its part, but it's just about in the money. It's not the end of the world. So folks, that's what I've been up to. If we go back to VectorVest, we can see that the S&P's 5 points in the green. I'm reasonably happy if I can find it again. That's the S&P. Reasonably happy with that entry. And would be a happiest man in Notting Hill if we do get to that 425 level, because that's a pretty good trade from the lows. So steady as she goes, folks. Everybody in the world is trying to answer the question, is this a rally in a bear market, or are we the start of a new move up? I have no idea, either as anybody else. Certainly not that idiot jumping up and down the TV every afternoon. So this was a nice pullback from these two levels. And as you can see, there's a 38% retracement of the last range. This pullback and that pullback were exactly the same. That's what many analysts refer to as a harmonic pattern. As I showed you a second ago, there's an equidistant channel coming in to define those lows. My entry wasn't as good as it could have been, but I'm not unhappy with my efforts. I'm very happy with the entry today. Gold market worries me a little bit. It's not moving up with any conviction. I'm holding the position. The gold entry is 1825 and my stop is at entry at 1825. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go. Big deal. If the trend in the UK is maintained, then I shall be adding to positions. I've written in the VectorVest essay this weekend the positions that I'll be looking at. So I hope this helped a little bit. I'm so sorry that I didn't get a video done last week, but I'll do my best to try and do a couple a week, every week from now on. Thanks very much, folks. Good trading to you. It's a time to be brave.